from nothing, but you're on my tracks. I can hear the sirens winding up in the wind. Guess we're gonna do this chase again. Jackson County cops on the radio, tell them come on, they can't catch what they can't know. Raise a little trouble, push the needle in the red. Ain't nothing catching up to us, not even whoopsie. Tonight, running wild tonight. You got that smile like you broke the rules. Your boots on my dash, my head spinning like a fool. Tobacco and whiskey, heat on my tongue. Let the sirens try, ain't the first time we've run. You light up a laugh and roll down my window. Grit on your lips saying, baby, just go. Jackson County cops on the radio. Your camel, we're ahead and they're too slow. Kick up the dust, let the bridges burn behind. Ain't nobody gonna find us and nobody tries. In the dark, my hand on your thigh, I'll race every siren just to keep you in my sight. up before dawn breaks, mud on your boot-stained jeans. The porch creaks as you step out, your light ones scan the seams. Your old truck rumbles, coughs, not much left to say. Empty field behind the fence, same old stubborn way. Rust on Sunday, it don't wash off. A little dust in your laugh, a little pride in your cough. You hold tight to quiet, you spit out the pain. A mess of old scars and a slow cooling rain. You lean in the doorway, the dog curled up at your heel, bacon frying on that pane. This is what's real. Folks drive by, windows up, guess they don't see it right. Truth sticks like oil hands every lonesome night. Rust on Sunday, it don't wash off. A little dust in your laugh, a little pride in your cough. You hold tight to quiet, you spit out the pain. A mess of old scars and a slow cooling rain. You say the world spins too fast, you don't build them to last. Out here you only trust what you can hold. Rust on Sunday, it don't wash off. A little dust in your laugh, a little pride in your cough. You hold tight the quiet, you spit out the pain. A mess of old scars and slow cooling rain. Yeah, still standing, one boot in the dirt. Old Sunday rust, thick on your shirt. Got mud on my boots, ain't a damn thing healed. Coffee's black as the worn out road. Feel that pressure in my chest, ready to explode. Pickup won't start, radio's dead again. That old hound's barking like he knows where I've been. Neighbors throw shade from a cracked front porch. Got enough attitude to light a torch. I got it duct tape and diesel holding me together. Red dust and thunder, I'm tougher than weather. I'm tougher than weather. This four-letter fake keeps calling my name. Born with a backbone, wild and untamed. Mama never cared for city lights. Daddy taught me wrong from riding barroom fights. I'm just scraping by with grit and spit. Life hands out trouble, Lord, I don't quit. Run down bars and homemade shine. Every scar is a badge, this heart is mine. Midnight's coming, bring what it will. I'll still be standing stubborn still. I got duct tape and diesel way. wrong side of noon. Dust on my boots from a week or two. There's a sound in your laugh like a back porch tune, but you keep your cards close, yeah, you always do. I see your shadow in the tailgate shine. Room, we're crawling slow through the kudzu vines. Ooh, you got a way of making nothing loud. Turn a shut door into a two-lane crowd. You burn whiskey slow, cut the water loose. I'm talking sideways, about secondhand booze. You never say much when the talk is thick, but your boots keep time like an old broomstick. Ain't a secret left in this sunburned town, but you walk right through, never slowing down. Ooh, you got a way of making nothing loud. Turn a shut door into a two-lane crowd. You burn a whiskey slow, cut the water loose. I'm talking sideways, bout second-hand boots. Crack red clay in a radio hush, your pickup running just enough red. While on a borrowed map, you never once look back. A Holland July, shotgun riding high, spitting grin in your ride. Born barefoot with stubborn pride, always got a joke on standby. You make a small town feel like thunder, piling up six-packs and blunders. We tailspin, we don't explain, just a handshake deal with the pouring rain. You don't say love, don't say hate, you just slide through life with a hell-bent gait. Nah, nah, hey, da, da. Ooh, oh, yeah, yeah. La, la, hey, hey, sha, 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 ba, bow. Whoa, you got ways of making nothing loud. Turn a shut door into a two-lane crowd. You burn whiskey slow, cut the water loose. I'm talking sideways, about second-hand boots. Dust trails linger in the noonday heat. If you leave, you don't leave a seat. Might be gone, but you're never gone for good. Just a muddy heart and second-hand boots. Tailgate, radio's broken, but the crickets don't mind. Collect mud boots at the edge of the lake. Just one eye open, I'm biding my time. Should we lift it up? Should we burn it down? Rust in the talk and the words gone round. Something's brewing near. What are we doing now? Heat in the night, no answer found. Long road spinning out. Somebody say it out loud, whoever now, loud.
gathering close, but it's just for the take. Some shouting the clouds, some digging for gold, but the truth in the grit gets lost in the fold. Bonfire burns, can't say what's next. Half on a run, half on a flex. Is it pride, is it habit, is it just pure spite? We clutch on to something by the firelight.
a scar on your hand. Sunburned shoulders, truck keys jingling in your old blue jeans. Talk is cheap where the river bends. You lean against my fender, saying nothing, eyes green as spring. Down in the dust, I can feel you breathing. Crash of thunder, thunder rolling on through. Ain't no fancy words left between us. It's the way the sweat clings, but that's all I need from you. Light up that match, the smoke spins lazy. Laughter echoing off the porch at midnight. Bare feet pounding red clay till we're crazy. We don't gotta spill nothing out in the firefly light. Down in the dust, I can feel you breathing. Crash of thunder rolling on through. Ain't no fancy words left between us. It's the way the sweat clings. That's all I need from you. Worn, smooth, tumble down and reckless. The night's thick as cotton and I don't run. Every scrape and shiver, every bruise and reckless tells me, babe, we never really done. Dust, I can feel you breathing. Crash of thunder rolling on through. Ain't no fancy words left between us. It's the way the sweat cleans. That's all I need from you. Steel slides over battered strings. Warm wind sweeps in, city buzzing underneath. Paint and dust on boots, take the corner, don't blink. Night hot and close, tastes like gasoline. You keep laughing, red dust in your smile. Sweaty palms, elbow out the window. Sideways glances entangle wildlife. I ask where this road ends. Maybe you know Bangkok, sideways burning rubber on the ring road. Outrunning ghosts from somewhere behind. Down alleys lined with old half-tired hoes, chasing something real in the southern night. Sticky heat, radio tunes cut with static. Gravel voice thrown over shoulder. Open bottle rolling under battered seat. You tap the dash, point to something older. Bangkok, sideways burning rubber on the ring road. Outrunning ghosts from somewhere behind. Down alleys lined with old half-tired hoes, chasing something real in southern night. Bell lights swinging, laughter spills and crashes. You say nothing, just the engine song. This isn't home, but the world spins reckless. Tonight I'm losing track where I belong. Bangkok, sideways burning rubber on the ring road. Outrunning ghosts from somewhere behind. Down alleys lined with old half-tired hoes, chasing something real in southern night. Take a turn, don't tell me the way out. Bangkok, sideways, keep the wheels moving now. I ain't ever said I'm perfect. Hell, I can't stand bullshit lies. You saw me out on Main again, kicking up some county dust. Last night I missed your call, I was knee-deep in my pride. Crit and bottle glass, I'll let them both cut me just because. If you got something to say, say it now, don't choke. I got mud on my tongue, smoke caught up in my throat. We're spinning wheels in the yard, burning daylight for spite. If you ever gave a damn, you best prove it tonight. Left your old shirt on the tailgate like a deer I wouldn't meet. You watched me drag my stubborn ass over every line I drew. Blame the heat or blame the whiskey, they're both holding on to me. I'm rough around every edge, I swear you already knew. If you got something to say, say it now, don't choke. ever gave a damn, you best prove it tonight. One of us is gonna leave here mad as hell or begging slow. I won't hand out an answer, I just let the windows roll. But if there's anything left you got, then you better let it show. 'Cause I ain't got forever, and the gravel bites below. If you got something to say, say it now, don't choke. I got mud on my tongue, smoke caught up in my boot. Spin the wheels in the yard, burn it daylight for spite. If you ever gave a damn, you best prove it tonight. Hey, I'll be going to sunrise with dirt under my skin. If you search the review, you see what might have been. On this backwoods clay, familiar fence lines watching what I say. Pickle parked under that old pine tree. Ain't a way you won't walk over me. I ain't budging, been here and I'm staying. You're saying I ain't drowned firm under my feet. I ain't budging no stubborn street. Keep your stare, got my spit and scowl, red clean knuckles, grit and growl. Winds whistling, fence wire tight, same old standoff, same old fight. Stubborn street. Every night, same lights drawn in dust. Every night, same minds I don't trust. I won't bluff and I won't crawl. Stand up tall, I'm stronger after all. Stubborn street. Footsteps fade, but I won't move. Got nothing left, I gotta prove. I ain't budging, no I ain't budging. I ain't budging, I ain't budging. Muddy boots on the floor, just me in the sun, leaning on the back door. Morning hangs heavy, heat pressed in the air. Someone left the gate swinging, didn't much care. Red dust on my boots, said thick with what if. Never much space, but I learned to forgive. I still see you out in the yard. Things ain't ever easy, but they ain't that hard. Joke battle leaving long before you pack. Rapping off easy, but you never came back. Trucks chasing tail lights down that old gravel way. I spit in the sink and I curse your name. I still see you out in the yard. Things ain't easy, but they ain't that hard. Sometimes I talk like you're leaning nearby, breaking the quiet with a sideways smile. Somebody's memory in the mirror each day. Nothing to fix and too stubborn to change. I still see you out in the yard. Things ain't ever easy, they ain't that hard. Sunset cuts wide through a busted up tar. Life runs in circles, back out in the yard. But still I'll see out in the yard. Peeking at ease of the 8 grand home. Running low on daylight, just past the county line. Ain't said what's on my mind, not yet, not this time. Reckon it's coming, no, just can't say when now. Reckon it's coming, feel it breathing somehow. Almost. Oh, hounds barking, nothing in the yard. Some things don't add up, it's getting kinda hard. Reckon it's coming, so it's dragging the red dirt. Reckon it's coming, my knuckles in the earth. Hey, hey.
Bye.